Hello and welcome to the podcast. To the left of me,
we got Kody.
To the left of him,
we got Myles.
To the left of him,
Josh.
And to the left of him,
Sam.
And to the left of him is me. And what we're going to start off with is...
And now, this week's fucked up question with Josh.
Alright, so...
Getting better.
Let's find out 1 second. What do I do with it?
Turn the flash off.
Turn the flash off, you fucking moron. Burn!
Alright, go. Start it.
It went away, but I know how it goes.
Oh, really?
Alright, so you're on a plane. You're going to like fucking England or something. So it crashes, and you wash up on this beach. Alright, of an undiscovered island. So, ironically, you were carrying a waterproof satellite phone with you. Isn't that just weird? So, you come across these people. So, it's like a tribe. And,
Black people?
So, they're not...
What race are these people?
They're like, I don't know, Pacific.
So they're like Maui.
Oh, like Hawaiian.
Like Mulan or something.
You mean
or
The Rock?
Like The Rock.
Mulan is Asian.
Oh, shit! What the hell am I thinking about?
Maui.
That is not her name.
The man.
Oh, yeah. I was
The Rock is Maui.
who the fuck was the chick's name?
Moana.
What the fuck am I talking about? Dude, they need to change up these girls' names. Like, it sounds so similar. Alright, anyway. Let me get back to the
I'm
question.
gonna make her Monana.
Alright.
Alright.
You done? Alright, let me get back to the question. So, you come across this tribe of, Mauis. Alright?
Yes, thank you.
Wait, just their skin color or
No.
their big thickness?
They're all
Mauis.
Maui.
Alright.
You're welcome. Alright, so,
I just need my hook.
they're
will come.
Alright.
Alright.
Back on track. Let's go.
Alright, so they're not, like, attacking you or anything. They're more welcoming.
Yeah.
Alright, so they offer to teach you... Oh, they speak English, by the way. Like, fluent
God.
English. Alright, so they offer to teach you how they live and to become one of them. But, like, if you're caught doing, like, anything, like, other than that, like, using the satellite phone, for instance, they're gonna cut your dick off,
Ouch.
and then they're just gonna put you in a cage and starve you.
I'd just like to say this island sounds an awfully like Hawaii.
What?
They speak fluent English and they look like Maui.
And you also know the Hawaiian customs of cutting off your penis.
And the only food you get is, like, they just keep your penis on a plate in the
Oh.
corner of the cage, and you have to eat that.
Alright.
So,
I've
when
been
you
fed
use...
for months.
Big finger.
But help would be on the way.
Yeah, like,
Big
you would
finger.
Hey, alright, so, you'd call them with your satellite phone, and, they say, alright, we'll try to find you, but it might take a while. So it takes exactly 2 months. So, you'd have to slowly eat your penis. It would rot, alright?
Wait, it will take 2 months?
It will take
How
2
about-
months. How about you just let me tell the story?
How about you don't know when they come?
No, it will take... No, okay, you don't know, but I'm telling you. That's how long it's gonna take,
2
alright?
months?
2 months.
Alright.
So, you have to eat your rotting, decaying penis in the corner for 2 months for, like, to keep you alive.
What if you finish your dick before 2 months are up?
Well, then you're just gonna starve. You have to have it last.
You
Alright,
gotta try
so-
to space it out.
So that is one of the options. You can use your phone, and 100% get your dick cut off, and you have to eat it over the course of 2 months to stay alive until they come and rescue you, or you can just live with them. And so these tribe people, they hunt, they grow food like corn. And
What's their religion?
they worship Puntangatha. Something funny?
Yeah. The name.
Let me just tell the story.
Boom,
alright?
digga.
Hey, let me tell a story. All right. So. All right. So. You. So you can like on a weekly basis, these people have an orgy. All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
What
Sounds pretty
day?
fun, don't it? Tuesdays. They have orgies on Tuesdays, so you can live with them. You know, do the hunting and stuff, hunting like some pigs, and have orgies on Tuesdays. But like they could have STDs because you know they didn't have like those videos that you watched in 7th grade health class
I
about
don't know what
boobies.
you're talking about. They never showed us that.
They showed us they showed us boobies, I think, one time, but that's not the point.
I saw a woman giving birth.
Oh yeah, I was fucked up. All right.
I saw a woman giving birth, but I wasn't in the class.
Oh?
All right. So
Yum.
you can
You're right.
use the phone, get your dick cut off for sure, and just eat your dick for nutrients for the next couple months until these people come and rescue you. Or you can just, live out your days with these Mauis and get every STD known to man and also die at like 36.
Okay.
That was a lot.
Yeah, it was. Do you want me to break it down even more?
So
No.
pretty much, these group of Mauis want your hook.
No, they don't. Well, I mean, yeah, for the orgies on Tuesdays. But that's just if you break the rules. If you break the rules, then you get your hook taken off.
I think I would use the phone.
You what?
Yeah,
You eat your rotting, decaying penis?
of course.
All right.
Because you just eat it all at once.
But you don't have like any.
But you have to.
Cutlery
You
or
have to
anything.
sit in there for
It's
2
fun size.
months.
So you have to like pick it up and like rip it off.
I'm alright with that.
Why are you describing it? Please do not
Because
describe
I'm-
that.
Why did
Because
you
I'm
do that
making a
motion with your hand? Like,
Yeah.
I know people can't see that,
See
but that
it.
was kind of weird.
I
Like,
would
Yeah.
eat it all at once and then just die.
All right, Cody.
There's no point in having.
but then there's no point to even call.
Are you saying
Well,
that
you
women's
should just
lives
come-
are
you should
worthless
just live
because
their
you don't
way.
have penises?
Whoa! I'm not saying that. You're putting words in my mouth, mister.
All right, so
I respect.
we here at Churro Squad respect the quick out of women. All right, so Cody would eat he would use the phone, get his dick cut off, eat the penis, and die. All right, so Miles.
Honestly, I really have no idea, but I'll go with sticking on the island and getting butt fucked by a bunch of Mauis.
Well, okay, I didn't specify that you'd be getting the butt fucked. Like I could have said, you could have said I'd fuck all the Pacific, like the Mauis, but you said you would get fucked by all the Mauis. Now I
Miles
think
is gay.
Miles.
yeah, Miles, what's going on here?
Okay, hold up. So are you saying that I won't be?
You could be if
If
you wanted to.
But you live on the island,
It's
it's
a
just a big orgy.
Oh, okay. So I
It's
don't
just
have
a big
to be.
orgy.
A
You're
whole
not getting-
big sucking.
They're
fucker.
also older than 13. Does that change your mind?
All right, so all right, so Miles, you
I
would
would-
get butt fucked by Maui.
No, I didn't. Okay, the only reason why I said that is because I thought there was a consequence to it.
That is a consequence. You die like early.
Can
with
I
all
ask
the-
one
Oh, because
question?
yes,
What's up, Sam?
Is this like passionate or hate?
It's a mixture of both.
It's like you
It's a hate that
it's
it's
like you
not-
broke up with your girlfriend and then decide to get back later, and it's just kind of like that sex after you get back together.
I was thinking more of like
Can't relate, but alright.
it's like passionate because it's sex. Everyone loves sex, but it's also like hateful. It's hateful because like it wasn't on like a Wednesday,
Oh, you're
Why
right.
on a
It's got to
Wednesday?
be on Wednesdays.
and everyone wants it on a Wednesday. But that's
The tribe does it on Tuesdays.
Yeah, the tribe does it on Tuesdays, so that's why they hate it.
They don't want the people to be too happy.
I
All right.
see.
So Sam, what would you do? No, actually, you know what? I want to go back to the Maui thing. What
Okay.
were you saying about that?
What? No, I was saying like there has to be a consequence.
That is a consequence.
Miles is staying.
All right.
Miles
If you
is staying.
stay, you will get STDs and you will die at 36. That is the consequence.
I will die at 36.
But if you leave, the consequences that
You don't have a dick.
or if you
don't have a
call, you don't have a
God,
dick,
dick.
and there's probably a possibility that you will not survive off your dick, because you have to eat your dick to
Oof.
stay alive for 2 months.
I want to know this percentage of possibility.
It's
of
like a
how,
okay.
if I could.
Depends
survive.
how big your dick is.
70% chance
So if
that
you're
you
like
will
Sam,
live.
you probably live longer.
Yeah.
I'll
Because I cut off another
Alright.
person.
So Miles would leave.
I'll leave. I'll leave.
Because I
Miles
cut
said
off my
he
arm.
would leave.
So here's
But
call.
that 70% chance is only for those 2 months. So I don't know about after that.
I'll leave.
All right, so Miles is leaving. We're gonna skip
Alright.
over me because I want to answer last. Sam, how about you?
Couple questions.
All right.
Can I not cut it off and can I just eat the dirt?
Big feet.
Maui
No.
loves the dirt. That's his.
That's his dirt.
If he sees
And
you
another
cutting
one.
off the dirt, he
Can
will.
I introduce the tribe to contraceptives?
I don't know what that word means.
That's like protection.
Or you can
No,
introduce
they don't
them-
give a fuck.
Maui will get
Okay.
angry.
Or you can introduce
He'll think it's
who's
he'll think
the
it's an
leader?
air. he'll think
He'll
it's-
fucking hook your
Who's
asshole.
Who was the leader? I forgot.
Not a Maui, but like a straight up. woman.
Poontangatha.
Tangatha.
But she's like, it's like a
a she?
Is it a girl?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Does everyone
Why, did you
just
think it was a
slam
guy?
Tangatha?
Yes. Everyone calls
But-
Maui.
But it's like the Adam Sandler, Jack and Jill thing. It's Maui with a wig.
I see.
Just longer hair.
It's not like a woman.
It's like the
woman.
Aquaman Maui. If you've seen that meme.
Yeah. It's scarier than the men. You'd want the men.
All right, so
I would probably stay
stay.
because what kind of life can you live without a penis?
I don't know. Why don't you ask all the women out there, Sam?
I don't care about their opinion right now.
Oh,
Not saying I don't care, but with
Sam
this,
respects.
Disclaimer:
All
the
women.
Churro Squad respects the flick out of women.
they don't get it, you know.
Yeah,
Like
I see
I
that.
can't if someone said I'm gonna take away your penis, they're not gonna be like, oh no. They'll be like, okay. So I'm gonna just say, I'll stay, maybe make some friends.
All right.
I'll start a bakery and provide them with bread.
I just wanted to add to the story. Like Tuesdays, the orgy happens at noon.
Awesome. So you get it over with.
What?
But wait, what
Why are you
about
so
lunch?
specific?
Because I remember in the last podcast, Sam
Do they have
said
lunch-
that like
do they have
if you
lunch at,
jerk
like, 2
off at
o'clock?
noon, then that's awful. And I just wanted to see if that changed his
You're
mind.
just weird if you do that at noon.
I
You gotta do
know.
it in the morning, about midday.
You gotta calm her down and then wake her up in the evening.
All right.
Oh god.
All right, Anthony.
I like camping. So I think I'd stay.
Okay, this isn't like a Boy Scout camp trip.
Yeah, but
It sounds like it. 'cause
Oh, yeah.
They're not hatefully.
And you're
abusing
hunting?
you.
Oh,
You're
and,
like-
and the counselors fuck you.
You're just adding more to the
Tuesday?
question.
That sounds
now.
like normal camp.
Yeah.
That sounds like Auschwitz to me. Oh no!
Okay.
It's pronounced Auschwitz.
All right. So
We
Anthony would
sleeping?
stay. I don't know. I think I would call.
Huh?
I think I would call. Like
You'd
I think
call?
I'd leave.
You think you,
You
could
just
live
want
that,
to eat your
You think you could live that long on your dick?
Wow, that's hurtful.
I don't want to be mean, but he's got some weight to give.
Yeah.
Like me, I would die. I
Maybe
would
if you
starve.
finish your wiener and start it on your leg,
Yeah, can we do that instead?
Yeah,
Can
can
like,
we
cut off
eat
our
like our
arms?
No.
limbs?
you have to.
No,
smoke.
Maui will hook your asshole.
I'm not staying. Maui doesn't get a say in my decision.
Maui says everything. He
This is like if I have a girlfriend and I leave her and I'm not gonna be like, hey, since we're broken up, can I do this? I'm not gonna ask for her opinion. If I'm
Puntangatha.
leaving Maui,
Maui is
I'm out.
Tangatha.
You're forever
All the
listening
other
to
Mauis are
Dwayne "The
retarded.
Rock" Johnson's voice.
You're welcome. All right,
Well,
so
come to think of it,
Oh god.
all right, so
All right, can we
so
go on from
Yeah, I
this?
want to
yeah,
move
all
on.
right. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Josh. What about your opinion, real quick?
Just
My-
say what A or B.
He said.
I said I would
He
call.
said-
Oh,
you
yeah, you
leave?
did.
Okay.
Wow, I'm handicapped.
Okay. Quick disclaimer: Churro Squad respects the frick out of the handicap.
The foot respects the fuck out of handicap. Word.
Oh my God.
We respect the flick out of everything that weaves.
All right, let's continue.
We have very respect.
All right, so what's the topic?
The topic. I will say the topic now. The topic of this podcast is pretty much like high school stories. For those of you that don't know, we are graduated now, and we don't have to go back.
Yay!
So we're gonna talk about some of our favorite stories from high school, and then we're just gonna like dig into them. Josh,
I'm sorry.
I'll meat hook you. I swear.
Now he's coming for you.
Now we'll
I'd
fucking
just like to say,
hook
for
your
those
asshole.
listeners who are still in school and going into your senior year, good luck.
All right, sorry, Sam.
No, it's got pretty much done. Like,
We have-
who has a
Alright.
story first, and it has to be like
In school,
you have to know what you're talking about. You can't just be like, I have a story, and then go, well, I don't know this story.
Yeah.
All right, so someone go first because I need to think of one.
A couple minutes.
thank you for brightening our evening.
There's a plane flying by. While everyone's kind of thinking about what they want to say, I'm going to describe the scenery, just because it's very nice scenery. We are back at Cody's house on his porch. We are just overlooking the night.
This is the third podcast here.
I think we like it.
Too many damn mosquitoes.
Of course, you'd complain about the scoop.
They're stupid.
You are stupid.
Then put on more frig off.
Yeah, I don't have any.
It's inside.
I'm not gonna.
Shut up, coyote.
There's
You
a
don't
coyote.
I heard a
back there.
coyote.
I'm gonna go home.
Yes. Does anyone have a story?
Can we
Yeah, I
talk
do.
about like?
Josh has a story.
I have a
Miles,
story.
Let's let.
No. Josh
Josh has a story.
has a story.
Okay. All right, so it was in band one day, and so we were.
I think I know where this is going.
All right, so one day, our band director and Joey were doing like, what are the odds? Basically, it's like, someone asks someone, what are the odds, and that person will say, like,
Here,
you know,
let's give an example. Sam, what are the odds that you'll do a backflip over the fence?
1 out of 30.
1 out of 30?
3, 2, 1.
15.
27. So I don't have to do it.
yeah,
If
but
it would have added up to 30, Cody would have had to do it. If we would have said the same number, then I would have had to do it.
yeah. All right, so it was. Our band director asked Joey, "What are the odds he'll eat a like a fake fingernail? Like, you know how those girls like put like plastic fingernails on their fingers? There's one on the ground, and our band director, what are the odds you'll eat that?
Can I cut in real quick?
Yeah,
I just want to say, we had band in 8th hour, which was last hour, so we don't know how long that thing had been sitting there. It could have been sitting there since the morning, or since like lunch. But it had been 8 class periods probably by the time someone
Yep.
Either
noticed
way.
it. So it was there for a while.
it was a fingernail on the floor in the band room, especially because that's all like where all the spit goes. Like for trumpet players to empty out their spit.
It was like right in that spot too.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right, so they both like it was like 1 in 20, I think. So they both said 17. Joey ate the fingernail.
Gosh.
This is disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
But he did it with a confidence too.
Yeah,
Really?
he just like all right, like
Pop,
Fuck!
popped it in, then he swallowed it. Like he actually.
I don't think
He
he,
didn't swallow. He
swallowed
spit it back out. He just had to
Okay,
put it in his
okay.
mouth.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure,
I thought he had to eat it.
I'm pretty sure if you offered Joey $5, he'll do anything.
I think he'll do anything for free. Speaking of Joe, I want to bring it to that. The reason he hasn't been here is because he works and lives about 2 hours from us now. So
That was said in the last one, I thought.
it was, but I also just want to like
There was
quick
no
recap.
There
I
was no
gotcha.
emphasis on it.
Yeah, it wasn't
was just sort
really.
of like in the background.
Yeah, it was like he's just not here.
He was here.
He was here, but if he would have left by now, he'd be home around 1 o'clock, 1:30, and he has to get up at 6.
Yep.
And he's doing a construction job,
Cabinetry.
and you cannot be very tired to do that, or else you will mess up.
He plays with nail guns.
He plays with very
And he's
sharp
not
blades.
too upset that he doesn't make it to these, so no one thinks
No.
we're keeping him out. He said,
Yeah.
"Go ahead and do them."
Yeah, he's fine with us doing podcasts without him. He's actually pretty cool about it. It's just he's not the biggest fan of podcasts.
He's
I
not
think.
chill enough to want to sit down
Yeah.
and talk. Joey
Joey will
mind
be
is-
here for more skits because he's more energetic. It's what he likes.
his mind is focused on moving around and keeping things going.
I don't think he can sit down for a while.
Sometimes I can't for this stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I have to fumble with my phone or something. But yeah, that's why he's not here.
All right.
Kind of sucks that we don't have all 6 of us, but whatever.
We work with what we got.
We're doing our best. I think it's doing pretty good.
We are. Anyone else have a story?
So I got a story.
Miles has a
And-
story.
I think it's safe to bring up another name. I mean, no names.
Just the first name.
Just the first name.
Yeah.
I won't do the last name.
Yeah.
But
first
if it's
name.
a unique name,
So
1 second, please. We are back.
So my story is, Churro Squad. We're not trying to expand or anything, but we do become friends with other people, and we hang out with a bunch of other people. And one of those kids is Jaden. He's a really cool guy, and I think us just hanging out with him kind of adds to the spice of what we do. So Jaden will sometimes just tag along if we go out and stuff like that, which I thought was pretty cool. How we just have people that will not join our squad, but people to hang out with,
not a story, but okay. All right.
Wasn't there? So, I think I heard this correctly. That Churro Squad could have been 7 members.
Yep.
It wasn't
Chris.
Chris.
Who wants to tell that story?
I will.
You will.
I
So
don't know the whole thing.
when we were in Chicago, yes, 6 of us were there, and yes, 6 of us had a churro. But there was also this other guy with us. His name was Chris. If he did not go over to the parents because he was asking a question that we all had, and he was the one. We could have sent anyone, but Chris was the one that left to go to the parents to ask this question. And when he did that was when we got those churros. So that's when we came up with the name, Churro Squad and all that. And it was just so funny because he comes back and we didn't really tell him, but then now that we're this big, he mentions it. He's like, if I was there,
Big?
yeah,
I don't think we're big.
well, bigger
We
than
have
we were
5
back
people
then.
who watch our videos.
Bigger than we were back then. We
And
have videos
actually,
up. We're a
We
squad.
were the Chicago squad up until the day after we got back, and I was the one who changed it to Churro Squad.
I was the one who made the group chat, so
Yeah.
if we would have done
Yes.
that, we
And-
wouldn't have.
So me and Sam are actually the leaders. You guys are gonna have to follow us
Actually,
now.
Josh, I hate to tell you, you're out of the group.
This is
Oh,
derailing.
shucks. Alright.
Anyway, so this guy named Chris, really cool guy, but if you would have just stuck with us for a little bit longer, we would have had a 7th member in this Churro Squad, and I thought that was really funny.
But you know what?
There was one video that he was a part of.
No,
Uh-huh.
it wasn't.
Yeah, it was we grinded up different drinks or
Oh,
whatever, and we had
Yeah.
them try them out.
Yeah,
but I
but
think
that
they,
didn't air.
That didn't go
'cause
up.
You guys ruined it.
Yeah.
You
You
guys
guys
didn't
made
smell
these
it.
drinks that smelled like
You guys didn't even
absolute
try them.
booty hole.
It
We
was,
asked you.
It was a mixture of a burrito and
Baja Blast.
Baja
A
Blast.
fucking burrito.
Yeah, and you guys
Taco Bell burrito.
yeah, we spent money on that. You guys drank it oh, it's
No,
Taco Bell.
They didn't drink it.
No, they drank that
sniffed
one.
it, and then they name everything that's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the freaking vent that was right
Yeah.
above us.
That pissed me off a little bit.
Oh yeah, I
Do you
did.
still have that?
Yeah, I remember
I
that
totally
now.
seen it.
Oh,
I
damn.
deleted all that. I threw it all away.
But yeah, we would have had a
But
7th
honestly,
member.
that wasn't the best video.
No, it wasn't.
I mean,
but
it was something.
No.
it was a good idea.
It
But,
was a good idea, but it was
Maybe
just
if it was
really-
more put together.
and someone didn't cheat.
Yeah.
Shut up.
But I think Christian was in there, and he was the ones that brung out the drinks.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Yeah,
Yeah.
like a waiter. Or
Yeah,
something.
like a platter.
Yeah.
So
He might be in like future videos. I'd like
Yeah.
him
Oh,
to.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
He was
too,
there
adding-
with us, and he was hanging out with us. He just wasn't there when that happened.
Yeah.
He's
would
a
have
good
long
guy.
ass
He's
hair.
cool to hang out with, and
I haven't talked to Chris since we got out of school.
Yeah,
I
maybe-
still hang out with him. I still go to the movies with him. And stuff
Maybe we
like
should
that.
have him as a guest on here sometime.
Oh yeah, for
sometime.
sure. Chris, if you're listening,
Hit us up.
yeah.
I think Josh loves you.
Hey, baby. Hit me up.
Alright.
Wink, wink. Alright. I remember we were on our way to like a marching band competition. It was the day that Big Mouth season 2 came out, and we all love Big Mouth. Like
Yeah.
it's like, you know, we bond over Big Mouth.
It's a little weird, but
We did. Didn't we see it was season 3? Just
No.
like the Valentine's Day one. Didn't we watch that all together?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that is my favorite episode of that
I
TV
think
show.
we got one.
That episode is hilarious.
show your physical prowess. Touch the door.
Oh, I remember. Oh well. Anyway, we watched. Like I watched most of season 2 on the way to this marching band competition. I had to ask, like, someone for their headphones. It was awful.
Yeah. Didn't we watched? I watched it with you, didn't I?
Yeah, me and Anthony did. We
And
watched it on the bus.
I remember, like, we were watching it on the bus, and there's one episode where, like, it showed, like, a bunch of
Naked women.
naked women, and we found someone peeking over at our screen.
We had to
watching.
keep covering it up.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't pause it. We had to get through the scene. Like,
Yeah.
But trying to get the boner.
Probably.
I remember, people were like,
Peeping Tom.
I
peeping
remember.
Tom.
Well, I
not
Also,
gonna
we
say
were,
their name,
we were
but-
laughing like crazy
Yeah.
on the way there,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Or on the way back?
I think it was both.
It was both.
Yeah.
But like people were like, "What is wrong with why are you so energetic?" It's really
Yeah.
early in the morning. We're just laughing.
Yeah.
Super hard.
I tried to do an impression of Ricky, the
Yeah.
old hormone monster, and I've been told to do a really good one. You guys want to hear it?
No.
I suppose. Go ahead.
Go
do it.
ahead.
Oh shit! What should I say?
You're the man, baby.
Well, man, Steve.
Good.
Feel my lungs burning right
You're
now.
the man, baby, Steve.
I think honestly, like when I was in school, my best moments that I had were in band, like how we went to marching band
Yeah.
competitions, just being with like the whole squad and on the bus, we were just messing around.
Really, mine was in PE class.
Yeah,
No one ever.
not band class. You freaking jabroni.
This one time at band camp.
Speaking of band camp, Anthony.
Oh
fucking
yeah.
broke his
Wait,
tooth.
wait.
Broke my tooth. Speaking of band camp, Josh fell on a drum.
I did. I did do that. Well, let's stick with the.
Let's stick with.
All right, we'll tell mine first, and then we'll go to yours. All right, so
Alright.
it was freshman year, and I was carrying this fucking bass drum, and anyone who's ever played a bass drum knows that when you're looking forward with it on, you can't see shit in front of you
Yeah.
except for like the horizon.
Weren't you also playing like the second smallest?
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Either way,
Still,
second
you-
smallest bass drum.
It's still hard to see over them.
Oh yeah.
especially as a short fat kid.
I played that. for a second.
Anyway,
Yeah, Josh was pretty chubby.
yeah, I was
short.
fat
Oh,
as hell.
yeah.
All right,
Freshman year,
thanks,
dude.
Miles.
What?
Like, oh yeah, dude, you were
No,
fucking
dude.
huge.
Oh, no, dude. I went through my
Huge.
chubby years too, man. It's not something to be.
No, that was
sad
not
about.
chubby. That
Me
was
too.
fucking. What?
We
Me
all
too.
went through chubby phases.
But that was not
Really,
chubby.
dude.
That was like big chungo right there. That's more than fucking chungy. Chungy, yeah, chungy.
Chungy.
All right. Anyway, we're walking out to the practice field, and like the garage, where all like the like the janitors and like the fucking
Tractors.
groundskeepers, and like
Yeah.
that's where they keep all their hardware.
Equipment.
They're men's tools.
Yeah,
We don't know what they do, but they make
their,
loud sounds.
their motors and their tools and such. Anyway, there's like I don't know what the hell it was.
It was a.
It was like it looked like a
It was a lift. It was like one of those
Yeah, it
lift
was
kits
like
for
a-
a tractor.
yeah. Anyway, didn't see that shit. Fell right over it.
Oh,
got a
God.
big ass bruise on my leg, and everyone laughed at me.
Oh yeah.
Did wonders for my
hilarious.
self-esteem.
Behind Josh was our director and me, And when he biffed it, I was on the ground laughing because it was just so funny to me because it took so long for him to trip over that thing. I was like, okay, I see it. Does Josh see it? And the whole time, for like a good 5 minutes, I'm like, does he see it? Because he's walking straight forward. And then after about 5 minutes, I see him trip, and I died. Because it was just such a slow fall.
I tried to stop myself. But I wouldn't just be like, I'd stop, start tripping. I'd be like, well, this is the way God intended.
I didn't see you fall, but when everyone gasped or just started laughing at you, that's when I turned to look, and I just see you on top of your drone, just on the ground. I don't know. It was just
it fucking
hilarious.
sucks.
Yeah, dude.
All right, now let's go to yours.
My tooth. All right. So I play tenor sax.
Played.
Yeah.
Your marching band years are over.
How to play. Anyways, I wanted to try something new, so I tried color guard during a break, and
2 seconds.
So some girl gave me her color guard flag.
Let me just cut it right here.
Shut
I don't think that you
Shut up.
asked. I think you just took it.
No, I asked. Because they showed me. They showed me how to throw it.
yeah.
I asked how do you throw it? I got everything. I was practicing or whatever, just not throwing it up or anything. Well, and then they told me one of their hardest moves was throwing it up, spinning around, and then catching it. So I attempted it, and I threw it. You do a 360. And then you go, and then you look back up, and you catch it. I looked back up, and it missed my hand, and I caught it with my mouth.
God.
And it hit me in the face. And I look down, and I just see something white just pop right out of my mouth. And it was, of course, my tooth.
God.
And I dug around in the grass or whatever, found my tooth, and ran I was showing people while I was running to the bathroom.
Yeah,
I
with
still,
the tooth in my hand, but I went I didn't think it was that bad. It didn't really hurt or anything, but then once I got into the bathroom, my lip started to swell up because I bit down on my lip.
Ow.
And there's just so much blood everywhere.
I remember it was either me and Sam or me and Miles who
No.
followed you.
No, it was me.
I didn't.
Oh, was it you?
Yeah, it was
I
me.
didn't follow.
I'd just like to say, before Anthony took off for the bathroom, he gave Sam the weirdest smile ever.
Yeah,
and then just bolted.
I was gonna talk about that. I was messing. I was looking at everyone doing different stuff, kind of in our group,
Same.
and I turned and looked at Anthony, and I saw it hit him, but I thought it hit his chest because I didn't see it hit his mouth. He turns, looks at me, it smiles, and his tooth flies out.
Oh,
And I was like, "What the hell?" I thought he spit.
Because I laughed or whatever. Because I looked at you guys, laughed, and then just saw it just fling out. And I
I
was
thought
like,
it was spit.
crap!
I was like, "That was a pretty solid
Yeah.
spit," and then I realized it was his tooth.
Then I went for 3 days, maybe a whole week, of just my vein or not
Nerve.
nerve, not a
Yeah.
vein, a nerve popping out of this broken
Yeah.
piece in my tooth, and all they did was take that broken tooth, place it in its spot or whatever, and then glue it together. So
When you
They had Elmer's glue. They were like, oh fuck.
when you came back,
It's the purple kids glue from school. They're just
Glitter glue, dude.
there we go.
when you came back from the bathroom, people were telling me dude, Anthony, he just ran to the bathroom. What is wrong? When you came back, the first thing you did was smile, and I
Yeah.
freaked out. I was like, "What the heck did you do?" Then you're like, "Dude, look!" And you looked up, and I could see the nerve.
yeah,
That was nasty. I was like, "Oh gosh,
that hurt
man!"
like hell just breathing.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And then playing your
Oh,
fucking tenor
Oh, yeah.
saxophone,
I
dude.
didn't.
Oh, you
I
didn't?
I didn't play it.
I wouldn't have. Screw that.
Yeah,
I
would've
probably
either.
walked around with it just in my mouth, but I did not. I
Did you
didn't.
tell
Oh, gosh.
our band director?
Yeah,
Joshua
Oh.
Joller.
yeah. I told Joshua Joller,
I have a story.
our #1 fan.
Yeah, I'm number one fan.
Sent us that fucking TV. Thanks, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't
Asshole.
work anymore.
Wait, what?
Remember?
the unboxing.
We're
video.
unboxing
Oh
videos.
yeah, Yeah,
We don't want your
TV.
trash, people. Don't send
TV
us
didn't
trash.
work, man.
Actually,
Like,
send us trash.
plugged it in,
Josh
but
is
no
the trash
picture
man.
showed up.
Just
I'm the
send your
trash
to
man.
Josh.
All right, story time. So this was back in the great summer of '16, back when Pokemon Go came out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I know what.
When the
It was
world was
during-
at peace.
It was during band camp when it was like starting to get big. I remember it was like it was the second day. We would always go out to lunch at like Subway or something so people could get sandwiches and we'd just sit there. And as we're coming back, it was starting to thunderstorm. And whenever the weather is like a specific phenomenon is going on, like a thunderstorm or it's just really sunny, a special type of Pokemon will be more active during that. So it's thunderstorming. Normally a Pikachu would be present. There were kids outside the school with their phones running around trying to catch a Pikachu. I see our band director walk out and yell at them saying, "Stop looking for Pikachu! Get inside!"
I remember.
And that was the craziest like summer when it came to how everyone was just kind of on the same page, yet they weren't.
Yeah.
Like we all wanted to play that game, but in our own time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just funny to hear him yell at kids to stop trying to catch a Pikachu.
In the middle of
When
a fucking
It
thunderstorm.
was bad. It was like it almost looked like nighttime how dark the clouds were,
Oh yeah.
and it was we couldn't go out and practice
Yeah.
after lunch. We had to all stay inside. I remember
I
that.
remember we were walking back from Subway, big ass like a lightning bolt,
Yeah,
maybe like
we-
a mile away.
I thought it hit the school. It looked like it was in the
Yeah.
school's direction.
Dude, that scared the shit out of me. I was
No.
like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
My mom was texting me like from our house, and she's like, "Hey, are you at the school?" And I said no. And she's like, "I would hurry up and get there because it's pretty bad at our house.
The
and
house
it's
was
moving
gone.
that way." The house is gone. We need someone to provide.
Dogs are flying away.
Mom,
Trying to get it down with a kite.
Mom, I'm trying to perform.
I'm trying to catch Pokemon. Leave me alone.
Yeah, these fucking kids.
That
was fucking stupid.
Speaking of Pokemon Go, I think all of us are playing it again now.
I re-downloaded the app.
I downloaded
Except
it.
for you don't have jack shit out where I live.
No, we live out in a rural area. There's nothing. You have to
Yeah.
go in the town.
Team Mystic
I
all the
was
way.
gonna say Sam could
I
get some
work at
major
the
points in
cemetery,
town,
I get
but
all
I'm
the
out here in
ghost
the middle
ones.
of butt fuck nowhere.
Yeah, I started playing it again during the New York trip. I never deleted it, but I saw Kody playing it, hatching eggs, and I was like, "That's genius. We're walking around so much. I'm gonna hatch some eggs." And then I got addicted to it again.
I just
Anthony
say
started.
I got a ride on, and it's like my highest CP Pokemon.
That's what
So
I got
I'm
too, but it's not for me anymore. It's like a Umbreon is like mine right now. But then Anthony started playing, and then Miles
And then
Josh.
yeah, I
My
re-downloaded.
strongest one is Caterpie.
Yikes!
I re-downloaded the app probably 3 weeks ago, and then I started taking bike rides like in the town where I live, and there's only 3 Pokestops, and
There's 3
yeah,
Pokestops?
only 3, and so I'm just going around collecting like the new Pokemon that just came out because it's been so long since I played this game, and so I'm catching like these Pokemon that everyone has, and I'm having a great time. But I will say I'm very darn close to get a Rapidash. It's so close. I got 47 candies. You need 50. I have Ponyta as my buddy, so I'm like super close.
I've had a Chimchar as my buddy for like a month.
Really?
I'm trying to get an Infernape.
I've got Cyndaquil to get the almighty Typhlosion.
Have you seen the new the Harry Potter?
Yeah.
when
the
this
new
came
Harry
out?
Potter game.
I was thinking about downloading. It's by the same people.
It
Is it?
is,
I
but
don't
I heard in a
understand
rural
how that'll
area,
work.
it's like almost worse than Pokemon Go.
But I don't understand the point of the Harry Potter
I
one.
know.
You
I
fight
haven't
weird
really
things. I've never seen.
You fight Voldemort.
You can't say.
Is that all it is? Is just fighting? There's
don't
no
know.
like catching.
I have no
anything?
idea what it is.
don't
I didn't
know.
download
Could
it.
I
idea
fight
either.
Squidward?
What?
Well, I was
Roger
going to say
Bonus.
about Pokemon. I have a Switch, and I did not play that Switch for probably a solid year after I bought it. I played Mario Kart with like family, but I didn't have any games that I could just sit and play. And then for my birthday recently, I got a new Pokemon game. I think that's what also helped me get into Pokemon
Yeah.
Go. Because on the way to New York, for probably a solid 3 hours, I played that Pokemon game, and it's chill.
Mhm.
It's not like anything difficult. It's like the old Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah.
Just
I
chill,
love those.
play it, and it was really nice.
Yeah, I like those old Pokemon games. I had a DS, so whenever I went on a trip, I would be like, you know what? take out a DS, and it's a very chill game. You can play it anywhere. It's nothing like it is a grindy game, but it's like to the point where it's just, you don't have to like constantly play it. You know, like you could take a break, get back on it, and like your stuff is saved. You just get on it to collect some Pokemon, man. It's fun. And I think everyone just likes collecting. Like that's the whole, like the idea of like collecting and like expanding your, inventory and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
My main goal is always to fill up the Pokédex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I don't really care about battling. I just go around looking for new stuff, evolving everything.
It's cool. I love it.
In Pokemon Go, I looked, and up until like the 60th slot, I can like that all the way to 1 to 60. I can get all of those Pokemon, like fill up what I don't have just by evolving the ones I have. So like all I need to do is just make them my buddy or catch.
Yeah.
I don't have to catch anything new, which is super nice.
Dang, man.
But it's just
Should we tell a story about
The stick in the tuba.
that one's simple. I was a dumbass and I took a drumstick and I shoved it down a tuba, and which was the smartest but stupidest thing I've ever done.
Okay, here's the thing though. When that happened, like when he threw it down the tuba, it played fine.
Yeah.
Like I still played it, and I thought it was gonna rattle. I thought like maybe it was gonna stop like the airflow. Played fine.
Yeah.
And then like he got it out, but I did not know
They had
he
to
was
take it
gonna.
apart.
Yeah, he
I
had
don't
to
think
send
it-
it in to get that thing out. I was like, how?
I don't know. I don't get how it got down that far. Like, I
Exactly.
didn't jam it or anything. I just kind of like.
Exactly.
Tossed
I
it
have
in.
no idea how it happened like that, but it did. It's fine now.
I did the math in my head. I'm like, it's this long. There's no way that it would go down this far. Like I was
You
like,
forgot to carry the one, man.
I'm like, it's good. Chuck it down there. Send it, and it got stuck.
Your geometry's off, but that honestly blew my mind when he told me that he had to send it in. I was like, you can't, like, there's no, like, thing you could reach down and grab it? Like, it's that lodged? He's like, yeah. And for sure, I guess I had to take it apart, get it out, but, I mean, I thought that was insane. Like, that never happens. I'm pretty sure it's never happened.
this next story is gonna have like everyone's perspective on it because it was kind of a crazy day for everyone and everyone was
year
in
was
different
it? I
places. It was
forgot.
our sophomore year
Sophomore.
because we were in algebra
Yeah.
too. So we were just at school. Wait, no, we weren't.
Huh?
We were freshmen.
Oh,
I was thinking about the other time. We were
Mr. Dre
freshmen.
was still there.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
freshmen.
yeah.
Me and Anthony were in geometry, and we were just relaxing. I have it on recording because I didn't know anything was gonna happen. But we were just we were chilling in class. All of a sudden, the lights go out and the fire alarms go off. So everyone has
And
to
that's
go.
when
outside.
everyone gets like super happy. That's when I was.
Yeah,
super
because
happy.
we're like, oh sweet, we're going outside, and we go outside. We're out there for a while, and so that's when we started to realize something actually happened, and the fire department came, and pretty much what happened was something with the generators like went all wrong, and then one of the fans burned up, and there was just smoke, and so they had to evacuate the school, and we ended up going home early because they couldn't get the power back on. So that was pretty fun.
That was a crazy
what
day.
day of the week? It was like middle of the week.
It was like
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it was.
I want
So
to say.
I felt so weird.
it wasn't like
It was Friday.
No, it wasn't.
No,
No,
was
it
it?
was
No,
because
it wasn't.
no, I swear because like I
Swear it
remember
wasn't.
I left my binder in there and then I had to come back. Like I left it in
Yeah.
over the weekend. I was like, damn, dude, I forgot my shit in that class, so I had to go back on Monday
might
and
have
get
been
it.
Friday. Well, it didn't matter if you left it because like the
Yeah.
teachers weren't gonna expect.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna like go through everyone's perspective because like me and Anthony were in a class together. Who else was in a class?
Me and Josh were in biology.
And then where was Kody?
What was it? Freshman year?
Yeah.
I was in algebra 1 because I'm autistic.
So like yeah, everyone has like their own kind of point of view. So I pretty much gave mine, and Anthony can like give his own little.
All right,
I
so
remember. Yeah, well, I started recording when we were like in the hallway.
Yeah, I was recording that too.
Yeah, like the lights were off and everything, and I was like just putting shit up on my Snapchat story, and remember like there's one video that I had. I don't know if I still have it, but like we're outside, and we see like the fire trucks roll up, and like I like look at Sam or whatever, and we both have like our phones out, and we're both like jumping and like super happy or whatever. Like we're just celebrating as our school is being burnt. But but then they moved us inside, and then I remember like sitting in like the dark gym like with everyone.
Yeah.
Pretty much like from the whole school just sitting in there. And then they released us, and then is that when we went straight into the locker room?
Yeah, after they released us, we went to the locker room because you had to get your stuff.
I had to
Did
get
you guys
some
still
stuff, and then we
practice?
had we had a friend with us, and we were just like using a flashlight
It was creepy.
in the because it was pitch black in the locker room. And what song were we playing?
Hold On, We're Going Home by
By
Drake.
Drake. Yeah.
As we were walking home, because we were all walking. I was going to Anthony's house,
Yeah.
and the friend that was with us lived next to Anthony, so we were all going to the same place. It was,
Like, that's just one of the like best days of high school, just because.
wasn't it like nice weather too? It was
Yeah,
because
it
it was
was
like
nice.
sunny out,
Yeah.
so it was like awesome to get out of.
Was
Yeah.
it before winter or after winter?
I think
It was
it was
before.
fall because
Yeah.
you guys were gonna have practice, but then they decided
Oh,
to.
yeah,
Or no,
yeah.
you did, and you had to go back. I think.
Later, yeah, we continued it at. We were gonna make it earlier, like right after like they released us, but then he said just come back 3:00.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so didn't we after the gym? Didn't we go to the GP room?
No, I think we just stayed in the gym.
Yeah.
I
It
think
was- if
they.
They served us lunch in the gym.
No,
No.
they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
We did go to the GP room, and then they said if you walk home,
Yeah.
we're gonna sign you out at the door. If you ride the bus, stay in this room, and we're gonna figure that out. Like figure out who can get home because
Yeah.
some people, their parents weren't home. The house was probably locked.
Hmm.
And if you don't have a backup plan, like a key or something hidden, I'm sorry, that's just not smart.
So if you're listening to this podcast and you don't have a backup plan, get yourself
Figure
a
it
backup
out.
plan.
That's the moral of the story.
Figure it out.
When that whole thing happened, we were in biology, and
Me and
then
Miles were sitting next to each other,
Yeah.
I believe.
and then I was just confused because the power went off, and I was like, "Oh dang, that sucks." And I was like, "How did the power go out?" That was the first thing I thought because it was a sunny day.
Yeah.
I was like, "That makes no sense."
I know. Yeah.
And then
Bright
all of a
day
sudden,
outside.
the fire alarm goes off, and I'm like, "What the heck is happening?" Because this never happens.
Didn't the lights flicker?
Yeah.
So
The
yeah,
lights
lights
lit.
flickered or something
Yeah.
like that, and then so we go outside, and the whole time I was just so confused on what the heck's happening because I see the fire trucks roll by. I'm like, what? Like what just? And then I later get like told that it was like something in the vents, the fan broke or something like that, and I was like, oh okay, so it smelled like a fire or smoke. That's why the alarms went off. And then we all get put in the gym, and I remember just sitting on the ground with a bunch of people around me because the whole darn school's in one room.
You
I
know,
was
like Anthony didn't
like,
just
Yeah, you're just repeating what
yeah,
I'm saying.
you kind of
it
are.
was just I don't know. I didn't
All
really
right.
like. All right, I
Let me tell my
apologize.
part. So me
Say
and
your
Miles
part.
were sitting in biology, as he said, and then the lights go out, and then like our teacher just walks towards the exit, like not the exit of the like. So in our biology room, we have an exit to the school, and we have an exit to like the hallway. He walked straight to the exit of the school, like he knew, like everything was planned out, and everything was going according to
Was
plan.
this- I forgot. Was this Mr. Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That man acted like everything was planned down to the
Maybe he
minute.
was planning a heist, and he was gonna come back in and steal like pencils or something. Yeah, like I'm in.
Keep
You know,
playing this.
Yeah,
The
someone on a
myth, the legend.
laptop, in a flower van across the street, just hacking into the system. Well, anyway, me and Miles went out and we went to like the band practice field,
Yeah.
and we were just kind of recording each other, like, what the fuck is happening?
I remember that.
And then, like, Mr. Dre just, like, he had his big white lab coat on because we were doing a lab that day. He looked like a damn, like, Bill Nye.
Yeah.
He just kind of stood there, like, clueless, like he wasn't doing anything. Like, just kind of looking around, like, what? What's
I think
going on?
everyone was just so confused.
So
loved
for
Mr.
me,
Drake.
I
I
have a
did too.
completely different situation because I was in Algebra 1 because I failed it.
No,
great.
this would be the first time you would have taken it. Freshman year?
I thought we
Yeah,
said
it
it
would
was
have been your
sophomore.
first.
No, it was
time.
freshman.
It was freshman?
I took
Yeah.
it with you in sophomore year because I was fucking retarded too.
Oh, yeah. So either way, Josh and I are both retarded. Anyway, so I was in Algebra 1, and there was this, like, table at the back of the room, and that was my table. Nobody else touched it. It's mine. So I'd, like, lay on the table, sit on the table, whatever. And I was just, like, laying on the table with my hoodie up and strings drawn because
Being that rebel kid.
because my teacher really doesn't. My teacher didn't give a shit about anything. But then like, I opened my eyes for a minute. The lights go out and everyone's like screaming. I was like, all right, whatever. And then
Cool.
I hear the fire alarm go off, and I was like, ah. So I got up and we went outside, and then we were like standing around for a while. The fire dude show up.
The reason you're like, is because you had to get up?
Yeah.
You know, using your legs like a sucker. Like, you know.
Hey, you know what? That table was comfortable. And when you have to wake up at almost 6 in the morning to go to school, it felt great. So we were waiting like outside, and then we got called back inside, and then I just went home. Like, I went home to play some, like, I don't know, Call of Duty or some shit. And that's about all my experience was.
That was fun.
And then there was a second time, like, it wasn't like the fire, but there was like
Pepper spray.
pepper spray
Some-
in the
alright.
lunchroom.
In the, we call it the GP room.
Now
which
this
is-
was sophomore year, because I was
This
in
was the
algebra
very
with you.
next year. It was about the same time. Too.
Yeah, it actually
Yeah.
was.
It was Mr. Dre, obviously.
It was
we
Mr.
were
Dre.
walking through, like, it was downstairs, walking through, like, I walked with you, didn't I?
Yeah, me and Anthony, we would walk through the hallways every morning until class started, because we had nothing else to do.
Yeah. And I remember, like, walking by, like, the GP room, and just my throat, like, started burning.
So how this all started is what, like, some person had pepper spray on their bag and it just went off?
No,
or-
someone took it from them, went to one of the vents in the bathroom, and just like started
Yeah.
jamming.
Is that
their
what
hand.
happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
spraying it like into the vents, just
Yeah.
like and holding it.
What bathroom was it? It was
The boys.
by
I think
the
it was the
It was
GP.
boys.
by the GP room. That's
Yeah.
why it was the heaviest there.
Gosh. Wait, what class were you in, Anthony?
So,
I wasn't in a class. It was before school
It
even
was
started.
before school started
Yeah.
when it happened. But then
it was first. Yeah, it was first hour. I remember. I was.
same
Keep
time
up,
as the
Myles.
year
So-
before. It was during first hour.
I want to explain my part, but Cody, continue.
so sophomore year, again, as I said earlier, I was in Algebra 1 because, well,
With me, I was there too.
and still had my table, by the way. And, like, all I hear is these kids, like, hacking and coughing in the hallway. I'm like, all right, what the hell's
It was
going
bad.
on?
Terrible.
I wasn't affected by any of it, but apparently other people were, like, puking
We must
and
have walked
coughing
right
and shit.
through it.
Yeah, shit was strong.
Strong shit right there.
Strong shit, nibble. Anyway, I wasn't affected, so we just got, like, released, and then Josh and I went down to the gas station, got some pizza, and went home and played Call of Duty again.
That was fucking awesome. I loved that day. But my sister had to tag along because, you know,
Your sister's a little shit.
because she can't drive. You know, 7th grader.
So
What she's doing with her life, I don't know.
when this all happened, when this pepper spray happened, I was in first hour. And
Like we all were.
My first hour was the room right next to the GP room and the boys' bathroom.
The hell was your first hour?
English.
Oh.
And in this room, everyone just kind of started, like, not coughing, but, like, kind of clearing their throats. And I started too, and I'm like, okay, this is weird because
that's-
my throat's messing me up. Why is everyone else's? And then the teacher was finally like, do you guys feel like you're kind of sick? And we're all like, yeah, like, something's going on. And
You
so
just feel like a spider's just eating your throat.
So the teacher, she calls the office and it's like,
Yeah.
hey, all my kids are coughing. Did something happen? And they're like, yeah, something's going on in the school, so we're gonna evacuate it. And that's when she put the phone down and it's like, hey, all right, everyone needs to leave the school. And in my mind, I'm like, fine. Like, it was one of those days when I was just like, I really don't want to be at school. So when it was the first hour, I was like, oh, this is a sign that
when
we're
we
just
were-
get a day off.
When we were walking in the hallway, like, I felt it, But I was kind of like, okay, it's just me. Like, like there's no way that like this is everyone. Like, it's just me. I just feel weird right here. But then like Sam said something, and I was like, yeah, there's something's being leaked into the school.
I said my lungs are hurting real bad right now.
Like it was just like like all of a sudden it just got hard to breathe, and like my eyes were like watering. Like we must have walked right through it.
We had
because he sprayed it in the bathroom right next to the GP room. We were walking right by the GP room. Like
and I heard people coughing in there like bad. I thought it was a quarantine zone.
Maybe it was just the breakfast.
I thought it was. That's why I was like, thank God I'm not eating it. And I started getting weird. And I'm like, I think we're all gonna die.
That was a crazy day, though.
Well, like, did we even go to class? I forgot.
No. We we made it to
went
class.
to class. Some people were in their classes, but a lot of people were just like around.
Yeah.
Because it was still breakfast time before class even started.
But we did end up going to class for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's when they were like.
That's when
we got
that's when the teacher called.
It was
Just
pretty.
Thank you for.
Even though I liked our first day, like algebra was not that bad, but I was also like, I don't want to do the day. And I do want to say, I don't think they let some people go into the school to get their stuff. Yeah. I remember for that we went outside and they just sent us straight home. Yeah, because I didn't go back in. I remember them saying it's not safe for people to be in here, so I just walked. I left.
Yeah. So I strapped on my gas mask and I went in.
Yeah, it's like, it reminds me of like that SpongeBob scene, like, you know, where they're running through the store and, you know, people are putting perfume on everything.
What did they call it? What was that aisle?
Oh, it's just like the makeup, like the perfume.
Yeah, they're like, they're diving.
Yeah, Patrick has a gas mask, they pull it up.
I think I do remember someone went back in. One of our friends went back in. They came out and they're like, "It's worse. It's so much worse." And in my mind, I was like, maybe we won't have school the next day. I was kind of hoping.
Yeah, same.
We did.
How do you get rid of that?
I think they just turned on like, the fans.
They gotta air out the whole
like
school.
opened up all the windows and doors and just.
So, we were talking about kind of the bad parts of school. I mean, they were good, but
those were the good parts.
But the best part
to
of
ventilate the school, the superintendent went in with a gas mask.
And he fought the pepper spray off with a fucking dagger. Hey, get back!
Call that voice.
Alright, so, anyway, it was during winter of this past school year, and we had like a week off school. It was awesome because like we'd played Minecraft.
All 6 of us played Minecraft on the PS4.
Our ears were
that whole
killer.
Week. You go ahead.
Alright, it was like, you know, we'd be playing late at night, you know, hoping for the next day of school to be off. Sam would be kind of like our informant because, like, you know, he had all these friends
that had teachers as parents.
Yeah, and then, like, you know, he'd say...
The teachers had a group chat, too, where they would talk about it with our superintendent. And so they kind of had an inside thing. But I kind of want to tell, like, how my perspective from it was. We'd be playing from, like, morning till night. And sometimes noon till night. Like, not
breaks.
Yeah,
we'd get off around noon or
and
whatever. Take like a couple hours off and then
get back on.
Yeah.
And
we'd get up 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Maybe earlier.
Dude, I missed that so
And I remember it'd be like 9:30 and I'd be like, alright, I should get off now so I can go shower and get ready for school. I'd be ready to get in the shower. I'd get a text and say, we're not having school tomorrow. So then
hop back on.
I'd still take a shower because like there's no way I was gonna take it the next day. I'd get back on and I'd be like, "Hey guys, we're not having school tomorrow." And then we'd all get the call. There was one time when I was told we weren't having school, and we sat there for like an hour, no call, and I was like, "Guys, I don't know."
Yeah.
It was like 10:30, and I was like, I was like, they're probably gonna call in the morning. Then they called, and the best thing is getting the call the night before.
Yeah.
I mean, in the morning it's also nice because you wake up, your parents like no school, and you're like fall back to sleep. But when you know the night before, you're like, cool. Now
and you fucking party all night.
Now I can mess around.
Well, like I remember one time, I think it was like they called off school for like 3 days.
Yeah, they called it because it's gonna be. One day it was supposed to be like in the negative wind chills below. It was like 40 below.
It was 4 days because they called the 3 And then didn't they add one? I think they added one.
We had one day off, and then they called the one that was going to be really cold. They called the day off before that because it was going to be like another storm.
Mm.
Then they waited and then called the next two off individually because they didn't want to like risk it being good. But yeah, we had like a whole week off, and then we came back and had another day off. It was like
nice.
every now and then.
Yeah.
It was like we might have recorded some of that Minecraft.
Oh, I recorded a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, that was, dude. I think nothing's gonna top that. I feel like that was the best.
That was like the best part. I feel like that was like the best time of like my senior year.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
when
for
like
sure.
Spider-Man and like Red Dead Redemption 2 came out and football was going on, and then like into winter and
Winter's the
like
best.
playing Minecraft every day was like
I have
the best part.
I have recordings of how we had a Churro Squad World on PlayStation, and we started it a long time ago.
We still have it.
But we still have it, but like it wasn't very big. Everyone had a house, and we didn't have like a real big like. It wasn't much.
It was just
Yeah.
like 6 houses
Yeah.
around the
If
circle.
you've ever seen Let's Play, their videos, it's like the same idea. We had our logo in the middle, houses around it. And then I have recordings of what it was like the first day we had this snow day. And then towards the end, we had lights.
So much
We had like
stuff.
paths made. It was like a little village. We had a wall set up.
Yeah.
At one point, we had an economy where everyone had a job.
I like that.
It was
I
cool,
also
but
like
it
that.
fell apart because everyone stopped playing daily.
Yeah.
To where it was like it made sense. So we were like, screw it.
And Sam said he stole from me my lumber, you asshole.
Yeah, because no one was using the economy anymore, so I was like, I need
That's why we
trees.
had
I
the
heard you
mailbox.
were making your own tools.
I made so much money as the butcher,
No.
and then just made a secluded house and took all my shit there.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to. Who the fuck took my horse? Was that you? Fuck you.
Joey gave it to him.
Yeah, I know, but like,
Joey gave it to me, so I wrote it off somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's at my island.
I had diamond horse armor on it too. Is it still on there?
I don't know.
No, I think
No,
Joey took that.
Fuck.
Yeah, Joey took that. I took the horse.
Fuck you, Joey.
Joey did a lot of sneaky stuff on that world, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
when I started to like
Yeah.
lose my. That's when
Yeah.
I didn't want to try as hard because I was like, I
Uh-huh.
don't want to work, and then someone like
Yeah.
steal my. Because Anthony and I found a secret tunnel system under my house.
I
Remember
think
it?
Jaden made that.
I think he was
Or
just like
Joey or
spying. It was
something,
I
yeah.
think it was Jaden because he was spying. But like I had a little armor stand, and I saw a hole behind it, and I was like, "What?" And I go in it. There's a tunnel going around my basement, like someone was spying on me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "All right, this isn't cool. Like I'm starting to lose interest in this whole world." I think it was Jaden because he was the police officer.
Yeah,
And
that
he
was
like,
not a good idea.
He was like spying on us to make sure we weren't messing around.
I totally had a secret recipe stash under my shop.
I found it.
He found it.
I'd hide in there if everyone was messing around, but I wouldn't tell anyone.
No,
People were like-
Jaden found it and then took everything. That's why I made a secluded house in the middle of
He
nowhere.
just confiscated everything he wanted. He was like one of those
He was
cops.
a corrupt cop.
Yeah.
He was a 2018 police officer. I'm sorry, but that's how the news likes to say it, and because the media portrays it that way, that's how I'm going to. By the way, I have nothing against the police officers. I was being sarcastic. That's how the media like to portray it. That was funny.
Disclaimer: Churro Squad respects the fuck out of police officers and those in service.
And now.
And now, the week's fucked up question outing with Josh.
Do-do-do-do-do. All right. So this one isn't gonna be as fucked up. Like the ending ones aren't gonna be as fucked up as the beginning ones. So I don't think you're gonna have to eat your dicks in this. It's just more of a moral question. All right. So it's the alternate reality. All right. You are a military decoder in World War II. All right. You are obviously, on the American side. You're like one of the allies.
Obviously.
So, you...
China #1.
China number one.
China! Alright.
India #1.
No, that's what I said in the video.
Yeah.
Like, the video.
I know.
country in the world!
No, I was talking about back on track.
Alright. So, anyway, you find out that the Germans will be at their weakest in 10 months. Alright? But they plan to attack New York in 5 months. So, do you attack them now and prevent the New York attack, or do you wait and ensure the Allied victory in 10 months, allowing thousands of American civilians to die?
Why can't you do both?
Well, because you can either like stop them from, you can attack them when they're at their strongest, and try to prevent them from attacking one of the most populated cities in the
Yeah.
world, or just let that happen and then finish them off when they're weak.
I see.
So it's like, and there's never been a war on American soil
Yeah.
other than like our own. Like there's never been
Yeah.
a foreign war, so that would be like a game changer.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were to stop the American attack, whoever would win would kind of be up in the air. But if you waited 10 months, you would for sure win the war. It's kind of, I mean,
I would let it happen.
You
you'd
let the
let it
attack
happen.
happen?
Yes, because
You could, hey,
look at the Japan cities now. Like they're like.
okay.
That's true.
I mean, they're blooming.
If you're
They
thinking,
are. They're huge. So
And they were attacked by
destroy
a
New
nuclear
York.
bomb.
I don't care.
But, okay,
Finish them off in 10 months and have a new city.
just imagine, like,
Better city.
of inventions, like maybe someone's grandfather was in New York at that time, and then we wouldn't have like
Better pull them out.
what?
Pull them out.
We just know who they are. I actually,
Like, you.
Well, I'd probably try to like evacuate. Like, you know that they're gonna attack New York.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I evacuate it?
You
Alright,
could, but that's a
You-
lot of people. Like, where are
Yeah.
they gonna go? Because you don't know when they're gonna attack necessarily. You just know in that time period of like months.
how about this?
You know those places where you put the Japanese when they.
No one believes you.
Huh?
No one believes
Well,
you.
that's their freaking fault.
So they're not gonna be like, no, we're not gonna evacuate New York because of some hunch you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is true. I feel like
I feel like a lot of people would listen though.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
there'd be those crazy people that are
Yeah.
like, he's right, they're always on to us.
Shit,
Well,
sorry.
if you're in
But
World
is it
War
like-
II,
would
it's
it be
kinda
like
the
a-
peak of the war? And it's,
Would it be like a
everyone's
nuke? Like are they
Yeah.
nuking
No,
New
no,
York?
they invade
They
it.
just invade it.
Yeah, they invade.
Okay, well once they see the invasion coming, they'd probably leave them.
But that's another thing.
That's too. That's
if
too
you,
late.
If you just let them have the city, and if they set up a good camp in the city, they can expand from there. Like they have one of the best openings to the country.
But you said
Oh,
that.
The ports. And
Yeah.
they're not nuking it. They're like taking it.
But you said in 10 months you can destroy them.
But if you let them take it, then they could just get stronger from there.
You won't. Okay, so if you were to stop the American attack, a lot of your soldiers will die, and you won't be able to take them out in 10 months because you won't have the people.
But if they take over New York, they could get stronger and take
Okay,
over.
I want to hear someone else.
I'll go.
answer.
Okay.
Why
I
is
was-
it my
I was
fault?
watching-
drafts for.
I was watching a TV show that like it's like time traveling stuff, and there was an episode where New York got attacked in World War II.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like it changed a lot. Like people spoke German in America in 2016. So I would probably just stop the invasion because I think if they could get a hold of New York, think about like the access to the like eastern coast.
Yeah, see,
And, like, they could, if they had New York, even if we got everyone out of there and they set up camp there, that's a big area to have.
Yeah.
Like no one's getting in
Chicago.
and taking it unless we nuked our own city, which would be like
They were not doing that.
they might if like that's the only way to get them out, but
We'll
that'd
just-
still be like.
We'll just blow up everything but Michigan.
I just think I would stop it from happening because if they got a hold of New York, they'd definitely
But like,
expand.
But
well, if you think about it this
but-
way,
but
in 10 months, you for sure win the war.
But
Like they're gone in 10 months if
But-
you decide to strike them.
the
I know.
lives.
but
lives
Austin,
lost.
Texas. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Just make fun. Just roast Hitler. Make a roasting circle of all
Dude
the
had a
dictators.
stupid mustache.
Nine. You're right.
The angry Charlie Chaplin.
9? How about 8 or 10, asshole?
And then he's like, you know what? You're right. I think I'm gonna stop with this. This war is too messed up.
All right, Cody.
Um,
I'd call my good friend Puntangata.
Maui. You just hook all their assholes.
Army of Maui's.
You're
I
welcome.
I think I'd stop the invasion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because there's the draft, and there's like many more Americans
Yeah,
than
you'll
just
find
New
more
York.
soldiers.
Yeah,
That's true. So you would
Team
stop
up
the
with
invasion?
Canada.
lose a bunch of soldiers and then be like, "Hey, Americans, join the draft."
Yeah.
But that could have been like your grandfather, and he could have died.
Sucks
and-
for him.
No, sucks for you, because you wouldn't have been born.
Sucks for me.
I'd rather be non-existent than like be under the Third Reich's rule years later. You know, like be born. And
Well, you wouldn't like. New York would be cool once like the Nazis were gone.
I know, but like, here's the thing: you need to think about this question. If they were to take over New York, they could get stronger. Like they might not get weaker. There's a chance that they could get stronger.
Or
Well,
you could play like the USSR and just shove people down their throat.
so here's what could happen. So
I get the question.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
just saying, like, there's the, there's the risk of them still like getting stronger.
So like, in 10 months, well, let's say 11. Let's say it takes a month to get them all out. Europe would be completely cleansed of the Nazis. All right, including Hitler.
Yeah.
Would the Nazis like in America still follow that mindset even though Hitler is gone?
Well, that's the thing, is like even if Hitler was to be killed early in the war, they would probably still they would just go off the track. I feel like they'd just be like killing everything. They wouldn't care
Yeah.
because Hitler kept it organized. Not saying that's good, but it also is because like if they didn't have a solid leader, it could have been just anarchy,
Yeah.
and that's what would happen if he died early.
So like also
Because he didn't get killed. He killed himself when
Yeah.
he knew he was losing. So if he would have died, what?
would Hitler have killed himself if he knew he had New York?
No, he probably would. If he got on American soil, he would have been like,
Yeah.
all right, this is working.
Yeah.
So let's say okay. So Europe is completely pacified of the Nazi reign. But
Good.
except for like the eastern coast of the United States is still under Nazi rule, then the whole world is against them. Like everyone in Europe, everyone else in America, the Mexicans, and then
Racist.
and then the Canadians and all them, the Penguins, Madagascar.
All right, I think
Maui.
we should, for sake of time, we should move on to everyone else's answer. So, Miles?
I just think there's going to be a lot of lives lost. The question is still, like, either attack them at its strongest or wait 10 months and attack them at this weakest. Think about all the lives lost. If you
Yeah.
attack them at their strongest, you're going to lose a lot of troops. If you send all your troops to attack them at the strongest, it's going to be a full-blown war. That's a lot of lives lost. You could either lose a lot of lives then and just kind of compare it to the city population. Maybe you could get some out, maybe.
Well,
To your whole army. Your whole army going against this one
it's
war.
more
There
of
were-
like civilian lives versus
Yeah,
troops'
see.
lives.
There were
I
always
would-
battles that we've had that have been like the Korean War.
Mhm.
There was no reason to be in that,
Yeah.
but it's still
It's troops, man.
it's still like had a good outcome.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you will lose a lot of people, but you're also not letting them. Because if someone got on American soil, that's like changing history.
Yeah.
completely.
That's turning the tides right there.
Because then America would not be looked at as a
So
higher power.
yeah, I mean, I would probably go at its strongest just to say we tried something. If-
Hey, we tried.
Like, okay, but look how bad that would look if someone attacked New York and they find out we didn't do anything.
Well, yeah, that's what I was.
I mean, we
thinking.
would
Yeah.
try. I'm not.
No,
saying, like,
no one would believe you.
That we didn't do anything?
No one would believe that the Germans are coming. You'd be like Paul Revere. The British are coming, but no one would believe you. It's like the boy who cried wolf, but except like this is the first time you cried wolf and no one believed you.
So like you did. So you're saying like you did try to do something like you looked.
No.
I'm saying America has trust issues.
No. You
During the
could.
biggest war ever, we're like, hey, we believe there's an attack, and they're like, no. 'Cause I think people during World War II would
Well,
immediately
you
be
know,
like,
like I
"Oh,
said
shit."
earlier, they're not gonna evacuate New York because of a hunch.
But it's World War II.
So everyone's gonna be like super nervous.
So you're saying like during the Cuban Missile Crisis, if someone said, "Hey, I think they might launch a nuke on New York on this day," people would be like, "No, they're not." People would evacuate.
they'd be
It's
like,
it's so
gotta
tense.
get out of here.
Well, yeah, but
You gotta think, in World War II, people aren't just gonna be like, "No." They're gonna be like, "Yeah." So
this
we
is
should
also like a hypothetical. And
I know,
like,
but like you also need to think people are gonna want to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like during World War II, it's not like a small war where
It's
they're
not
gonna be
like right now.
yeah, they're not.
not
If someone
like-
said they're gonna take over New York, we'd be like, probably not. Because
Yeah.
World War II, they'd be like, yeah, there's a chance.
Well, I mean, like, it's just kind of like it's just a setup so like you couldn't, have a good outcome.
But what
really.
if they think the reverse and think you're a German spy?
That's not the question. Maybe next
I
time.
don't even know what the question
Okay,
is anymore.
so-
I don't care.
Hey, you have to answer the question.
I did.
Josh is just testing how strong we
mental
I
are.
feel like we've just
Yeah.
gotten off.
I will. You know what I would
It
do?
hasn't really gotten off. I'm just defending
Yeah.
my point of view.
I would've-
People aren't just gonna be like,
I
No.
agree with you. Yeah.
they're gonna say, yeah, something's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
I would attack them at their weakest, because then they're gone.
Pacifist. Do I need to speak louder for you? I'm just kidding.
All right.
Which
that it?
what podcast is this?
Number
This is-
4.
This is number 4.
You've
Thank
been
you.
listening to podcast number 4.
Yep.
Unless
Goodbye.
something goes terribly wrong, and
That's
this becomes podcast number 27.
that's true.
That suck. You have a mosquito on you, Anthony.
What it?
Good.
Thank you all so much for listening
Yep.
to the podcast.
Please subscribe and
Hit that bell.
Watch our new videos.
Leave a comment what you want to hear.
Check out our Instagram at the Churro Squad fam.
Yep, we got things to show there.
Yeah.
Smash the like button.
Smash the like button. Don't
Have a-
dislike.
Have a great morning,
Have a great Wednesday.
day,
Have a great night.
night.
And don't forget to eat an apple a day.
Cause that keeps
to
the doctors
those
away.
hoes away.
Oh, I guess that too.
That works.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Mwah.